The name's Clara. Clara Bow. Do you happen to have a gambler's luck, gambler's fortune, gambler's wit? No? Well, neither do I. That's perfectly fine, sweetie. Here, let's do a couple games, a couple rounds. We are rehearsing our script. All you gotta do is just have a good time, embody the personality, kind of have that, sense of like, who are you playing right now? What is your character right now? Have you seen my motion picture, Wings? It won the Academy Award. Or It Girl? That was a whole spectacle in and of itself, a cultural moment, if you will. Yeah. So basically, you could say that I'm like a professional with this. I'm like basically just really on point when it comes to what is demanded in Hollywood. I'm pretty much like the person to go to when it comes to like pretty much anything that comes to this place. So tell me, have you ever played Texas Hold'em? Have you ever played poker? Have you ever played a couple of blackjacks? No? Have you played Goldfish? Yeah? Okay, cool. So, oh, give me one moment. I just tickled my whistle. I'll just get a quick little drink in just to wetten my little vocal cords. Wetten my whistle, if you will. Do you want some? Here, on the house. Have some. It's good for the spirits. It's good for the soul. It definitely is really good for the soul. Yeah, you're gonna be seeing a lot of really weird and like just annoying things happen. You already met Joanne Crawford, or as she likes to call herself, it's Joan Crawford. I mean, if we're gonna be honest, that's not even her real name, but like Clara Bow, all of these names, they're not like, they're stage names. So I'm gonna just give you your deck of cards, and then I'll give me my deck of cards. So tell me, sweetie, what are you working on right now? What is your current project? What is your current idea right now? Gambling? How I got into it? Well, shh, it's actually kind of like a scandal if anyone were to find out that I'm like a drinker and a gambler and like, well, now that you know those two, I also kind of like, fraternizing and like really kind of getting along with all the guys, if you know what I mean. But like, I'm just a free spirit. I just like doing whatever I want to do. And what's the harm in that, aside from just like the harm in my career and whatnot? But that's always just the case, like people always try to make it into a big deal. It's like, oh, a woman's gambling, a woman is lying, a woman is cursing, a woman is having fun. It's like, am I a child? And even then, it's like, why are children kept to these rules of, oh, what you shouldn't do and what you should do and what you shouldn't do? And it's just boggles the mind, Life is so free, it's so fun, might as well just enjoy it. That's the whole point of movies, that's the whole point of the pictures, it's just to enjoy it. Although I do sort of dread the idea of talkies, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like they might not like my accent. It might not be just as like, bougie and affluent and sort of like as frou-frou as they want it to be. And they might start trying to weed me out, but I'm Clara Bow. I'm the one who made It Girl. I'm the one who made Wings. If they try to get rid of me, then that's perfectly fine. I'll just retire to the middle of nowhere and just enjoy myself, where no one else can impose their opinions and their beliefs and their whole social constructs onto me. I just want to live in my own little bubble and never be bothered again. Isn't that the dream for any person, but most of all women? Just to be able to run away from this world, run away from this society, and just create your own reality, create your own bubble where you can just express and be and live and have not, and just be and like do, like just, if I want to swear, I'll swear, just like, oh my God, and Jesus Christ, and goddamn this, and goddamn that. And also if I want to swear and, do whatever I want to do with men. I mean, there was one rumor my secretary spread around. She said that I was having, let's say, ogres. Let's play around with those letters real quick. Or ogres with the entire UC football team. I was like, who has the energy for an entire football team? I do. But at the same time, that didn't happen. I wish it did, but it didn't happen. So, and her only attempt to try to like bring that up and to try to make it into an issue was just so that way she could try to embarrass me in the public. No, sweetie, I don't get embarrassed. I just accept it as it come, move along, wipe my hands, and just go along with my life, because I refuse to be embarrassed. Okay, my mother was schizophrenic and my father was an alcoholic. I cannot bother myself with anyone else's trivialities. I have my own stuff to kind of worry about. So take up your cards, take them up, and I'm just gonna analyze the game. What kind of person are you? You really learn a lot about a person when you're gambling with them. Like, what kind of bluffs do they have? How do they bluff? It really is indicative of life in general, if you don't say. I mean, like, the way that someone bluffs, is it a very quiet, sort of like behind the cards, sort of secretive, like they don't speak, and when they do, it's like very demure, and it's very like, you know, kind of like to themselves, and it's very just kind of like, you know, all like very like reserved into themselves? Or do they bluff big time, where they're like, oh, well, I don't know this, or I don't know that, and they talk a big game, and they start lying, and they start dropping hints and being like, oh, I didn't mean to say that, but they did mean to say that. They're just trying to throw you off their scent. It's very telling of a person's personality, if you will, a person's personality. So tell me, do you have a fishy going upstream, or an eagle? Or is this a hawk? No, it's an eagle. Or an eagle on fire trying to get a fish in the storm. Or perhaps do you have a house finch tying a knot around a rock? Or perhaps you have a blue damselfly coasting over lily pads in a stream. Or maybe you have the common tortoise with a home and forest on his back. You've never played this game of goldfish before? You've never encountered a game of goldfish like this? That's so strange. That's so odd. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Listen, I'm pretty much ready for another Academy Award, okay? I'm ready for my next Oscar, all right? Call me up on stage. Tell me, oh, your motion picture has won this new Academy Award. I'm like, ooh, that sounds so fancy. The first Academy Award, too. Who knows how many more Academy Awards there's going to be in the future. But I won the first one. My movie won the first one. The first Academy Award. First one. Number one. I have that title, I have that forever reputation, and no one can take that away from me, the It Girl. Do you want another swig? Take it. Take it, 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 take it. You really gotta love that, I think it's called like the demon in the bottle, snake in the bottle. There's many metaphors for it. It's all true, it's all very true. But at the same time, when you live in Hollywood, you kind of have to drown out your sorrows now, don't you? Yeah, especially when you're working alongside Joan Crawford. She considers me competition, which really is unfortunate, because she has been spiting me a lot. She really has been going up against me a lot, which granted, for me, it's like, you know, you're not really going up against me. You're just kind of being really mean and rude. But, you know, it's still not the greatest. I think she's an Aries, so it's not the greatest. But, you know, I just come here, get my work done, and move along, okay? I just want to be like Lillian Gish, retire, and just be done with it. I know, marrying like a producer or like a studio head would be pretty cool, not gonna lie, but also I can live without it, because the studio heads are dummy heads. So put down your cards. Put down 3, 4, 5, 6 cards all along the coast. There we go. 6 cards all across. There we go. All across. That's kind of French, isn't it? Française. So 6 cards across. Let's see who's gotten the higher value. Okay, this card beats your card. Your card beats my card. This card beats No, your card beats my card. This card beats my card. This card beats my card. And then your card beats this card. I think you won this round. Okay, so you take all of my cards. And you add it to your list. Now you just have to sort through it again and find your most potent ones. Well, I find the most potent ones in my deck until we run out of cards. So I'm gonna just lay it down, I guess, because I'm lay down 6. You continue finding yours if you need time. Mine aren't showing, so you don't have to look at them to determine which one is going to be more powerful, because that would be cheating, much like what Joan Crawford does to her fiance. You didn't hear from me. You didn't hear from me. But yeah, Joan Crawford's been cheating on her fiance a lot. I think she's got a problem. Or perhaps it's not a problem. Perhaps it's just the same way people say that you shouldn't swear, you shouldn't curse, you shouldn't drink, you shouldn't gamble. As a woman, they're probably holding the same standards to Joan Crawford, but honestly, the woman's a little screwy in the head. But who isn't screwy in the head? I mean, if you have to work here as a woman, it'll make you screwy in the head. It really is just a tormented hole of nothingness. I mean, do you know the phrase? Do you know the saying? You are a woman in Hollywood. Do you understand the phrase that comes along with here? That as men age, they gain character, and as women age, they get lost. Lost where is the question, because they never really specify. Lost in their minds, lost in existence, lost in the sauce. And frankly, I'm trying to avoid that fate as much as possible. So, now that you have your 6 cards laid out before you, let's see. Okay, your card beats that card, your card beats that card, my card beats your card beats that card, your card beats that card, and my card beats your card, okay? You won the second round. Wow, you really have a good hand. I was surprised at that. Are you sure you haven't played this game before? Because you expressed not knowing, but that could have been your bluff. Oh, I see you. You're the reserved type. You're the reserved, sort of sneaky type. Ooh, I got you. Last round. Well, these are my last 6 cards, so I guess there's really nothing else I can do but lay these ones down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now it's your turn. Let's see you do your hand, okay? Well, I mean, you can really take your time if you want to. I mean, that whatever practice you've been doing, whatever tactic you've been working has really been solidly working for you. It really has been a good hand for you. You've really been knowing how exactly to work the magic on this game, because frankly, you've been winning solidly with a landslide behind you. So you take your time, you take your time, you take your time. Okay, cool. Okay, so your card beats that card, your card beat that card, your card beat that card, your card beat that card, your card that beat card, and I beat your card. Okay, so you won. That was very, very fast. Well, here, let me take a swig out of my flask and your winnings, because right now I'm a little chapped dry. I'm not gonna lie to you on the bank account. They haven't paid me lately, and I'm just waiting on that paycheck to, you know, finish off my dues. But here, let me take a swig and you can have my flask as your winnings. It's rainbow, isn't it pretty? Yes, it is. I love it because it's so colorful. I saved a little bit for you so that way you can enjoy it. My lipstick smeared on me a little bit. Here, let me just clean that up for you. Let me just clean that off for you, sweetie. I don't want my lipstick to be on your flask, okay? So here you go. Here's your winnings, my flask. Enjoy it. It's gonna serve you great in this business. Just stockpile on it, okay? Okay, sweetie. I wish you the best.